actually began with just two desks, two people, two individuals, including me, no equipment, no computers, and now we have a staff of 9, we have high definition equipment, we have 2 locations throughout town. And generally what happens between 2006 and now is we are running at 90 miles an hour and trying to change the tires at the same time.
When I got here in 1975, there was no cable. There were 6 companies that were bidding to do it, and one company won, American Cable Systems. There was what was called local origination studio. There was a certain list of things they had to cover, and so they would hire a staff, and they got equipment, and they would go out and do that work. And then there was public access, which meant that members of the public had to come in, they had to thread tape in the machines and deal with cameras that really need a lot of light.
Before the Arlington studio, it was called ACTV back on Mystic Street. I started volunteering there in the 80s.
During the first years that I was volunteering down there, I ended up with convincing some people that we should tape the school committee meetings. Transparent government, it's a heck of a lot better to see what actually happened on TV. We had to drag all the equipment from here all the way over to the school, up 6 flights, down the 2 corridors, into the room, and then set it up. It took a while, but I'd say today most of the government areas are very happy to be working with ACMi.
On Mystic Street, where the studio was, it was very vibrant, it was very active.
Comcast decided they were going to close the studio. This was not okay.
By 1997, Kathy Caldwell and myself, and I think Cheryl and a couple other people started meeting in a room in the basement of the Fox Library to talk about how were we going to make something different, some kind of nonprofit or something, to get a studio back in Arlington. We want a standalone organization. It gets a budget from the cable companies based on federal law, 5% of gross revenues, and we get to share the signal with any cable company that comes to town, whether it's Comcast or RCN or anybody else.
Our motivation was programming for the town. To me, that was one of the most exciting things about trying to put ACMi together, was that we were going to be able to create our own organization and hire a significant number of people to run it to do a better job.
At that point, they put money into renovating this building, the Dallin Branch Library, which had been vacant for 10 years.
Playback was not in a rack yet, so it was just stacked up on desks and tables.
I held a public meeting in the community room in the Robbins Library, and I called everybody I could think of to show up. And I said, look, this was in 2002, I think it was. We don't have much time left to do this, and if the town is going to improve it, we have to make a nonprofit and go to the town and say, we have the nonprofit ready to fly. We want you to arrange with the cable companies to set a contract up so we get the money and we can do it.
And then the money came in, and the next thing we had to do, we picked a board.
When they hired Norm right after we got started, and I came up and saw him, and I saw what they were doing here, and I said, this is going to be good. And it is good.
We knew that the analog equipment and the analog cameras that we were using were going to be outdated fast. And we did our best in a short amount of time to upgrade. And it was always an exciting, moving target, and it's still moving. It's just moving a lot faster.
2009, actually, that was the year that we actually began streaming our video. The other exciting thing was a youth group was formed called Focus Media. It was unfortunate in some ways they had to come all the way up to this particular facility, and we came across a storefront that was just almost directly across from the high school. It was perfect. So it took us about 9 months. It was like giving birth, but we gave birth to Studio B. 2015 is the year that we actually became all high definition, and we're just waiting for Comcast, RCN, and Verizon to give us a high definition channel.
can diversify our ability to give people experience and how to use this kind of tools and how to produce things and how to tell the story and how to do journalism. And a lot of things are actually very important for life right here at ACMi.
We're here to be part of the community and have the community be part of us.
I thought, how do we get the most people aware of how important this program is for our students and how important language learning is and how exciting it is? And I thought, well, TV.
Access stations connect with everybody in the community, including the business organizations and including nonprofit organizations. The outreach that we do is to all of those constituencies. We work very closely with Arlington Center for the Arts, for example. Arlington International Film Festival. True Story Theater is one of our newer groups. They've been involved with us for 2 years. Chamber of Commerce, we've worked with them in terms of coverage of their events. The Arlington Historical Society we worked with for many, many years. Friends of Robbins Farm Park. We have developed an animation festival that we work with them at the end of August, and that festival basically is about an hour's worth of animation from various artists around the Boston area. We are also doing a series with Council on Aging with Susan Karp. That takes place over at Studio B.
One of the most impressive things about this place is I think that you can create whatever you want here. They will give you the equipment, they will train you on how to use the equipment, they'll give you any resource that you need, people power. There's a very yes you can attitude here, and this is how we will help you.
It's exciting to work and partner with groups that see the value in not only the finished product, but the work that happens during the making of those programs. Arlington Public News was born out of the documentary-style content that Sarah Alfaro Franco was creating on a regular basis, above and beyond government access programming and meeting coverage.
It was time to be a mirror for the community, to cover events and let the community see themselves, basically. 25 citizen journalists, and we've been on a roll ever since. We do it twice a month, I should say, every alternate week, under the direction of Sarah Alfaro Franco.
I came into ACMi one day, after working on my Natural History Day documentary in 6th grade. And what happened was there was flyers for the news, and my sister originally was the one who wanted to be a part of that. So she talked to Sarah and set up a meeting we'd go to. And I was like, why not? I don't have that many things going on. Why don't I just come along?
You have to look at the camera and read the teleprompter and act completely relaxed, even though you're not completely relaxed. But I'm of course now I'm pretty relaxed and enjoy it.
They are the last bastion of uncensored media. We don't tell people what they can or can't do, or say, or create on their programming. And that's pretty much unheard of now.
Most broadcast stations look at the high-profile candidates and only interview those folks. And congratulations to APN and to Sarah for doing this. We extended invitations to everybody who was a candidate on that particular primary and election year in that cycle. The interviews that we had were also sent to other access stations in the area. Most of them did pick up what we were offering.
We've had some really terrific interns come through the door here, and I've often been impressed with the level of professionalism that they exhibit and the growth that I've seen in the interns. I mean, they're a really big contributing factor to the news program, and without them we would have a hard time doing the news.
I personally really like news, and the reason I basically say is because of Sarah. I think that she's a really great person, but also somebody who's gonna make sure you keep doing things and make sure you're still learning. She's not really someone who's gonna let you slack off. And I think that's what really helped me keep going on something that I've done basically longer than anything else.
Being able to create a news program that highlighted just what was happening here in this town was a joy.
I feel like the cable access basically allows people to learn all that I've basically learned as well, and kind of learn as much as they want.
You kind of make friends through Focus Media, and it's its own little community, and it's nice that it relates itself to the whole community of Arlington, because if there's a thing going on, ACMi is probably filming it.
So I've been involved with ACMi since September of 2005. So about 10 years when I was, about 11 years now, when I was in 6th grade. There was a video club at the high school, or at the middle school, and I thought that we were just going to be watching movies and all that, but boy was I wrong.
I was involved when I was a high school student in my own town, participating in community media, and it felt like a place that was safe and I could go with my friends, and I felt that opportunity to provide that for this next group of young people in this town.
I wrote this script pretty late in the year called The Red Room, and I really wanted to get it made, but the whole movie took place in this room, with red wallpapers, this very little room. It didn't look real at all, so I'm like, I can't find that anywhere. And I thought, hey, maybe if I got some money together, I could ask to film the movie in Studio B. My crew is like my friends from ACMi.
And I remember Charlotte was the one who started the middle school group when I did it. And so Charlotte actually really got me involved in TV. And I just recently graduated college where I got my Bachelor's of Science in Television and Radio.
He would come and get cameras for production over the weekend, and he'd load it on his back, and you'd see him kind of going up the hill with his stuff on his back, it's all changed, but the big VHS cameras and the iron microphone stand.
As we help the new 8th graders who are coming in, as well as just the new people who are joining the high school, we want to help them kind of understand what they're looking forward to, and just have everyone have the ability to propose new things and just do whatever they want. So if they want to come in and shoot music, then we'd let them or help them do that.
I've used all the experience from everything in the past to make something that is a lot of fun and has a professional feel to it, and still is a training night for people that come and that are learning, and I enjoy that. I like giving back.
Regular folk get to use high quality equipment and create programming that no one else produces.
It's a way for Arlington citizens to express their ideas, to share information. It gives people an opportunity to watch government meetings, entertainment, there's concerts. It's just the best thing ever, really. I love it.
A lot of people that were really afraid and didn't think that they could do something, all of a sudden realized, oh, I can do this, and I'm gonna do that. And it's skyrockets.
I remember very well my first town day, which was 2012. I hadn't been here very long, I hadn't done that much yet. And they said, come to town day, we could use your help. They basically thrust a microphone in my hand and said, go interview the man on the street, go here, go there, go there, go there. And at first I went, okay, I hope I can do it. I had a blast, it was great. I thought, this is what I want to do in my spare time. This is so much fun.
I like to promote ACMi, or community access in general, as a place where connections happen.
Harry Barber ran this wonderful show called Golden Opportunities for Seniors. He asked me to help out when he was feeling ill, and I did his show for about 6 months. Then his wife took over the show after that, and then I launched my Mary Lou Bigelow show. This is a 3/4 tape, and when I started in community TV, these are the tapes that we used. So if you can imagine these piling up on the shelves as each show is completed.
We want communication among all the different people. So this venue is just really available to anybody coming in and working on a project.
A significant number of people can come together and say, hey, we're Arlingtonians, we're doing something for Arlington. And we're collaborating on this, we're cooperating, we're getting together as a team of people to do something. Lots of somethings, lots of programs, lots of different things.